Hey, welcome to the Sam channel. This is Bass Week. This is the last day of Bass Week. But don't worry, we'll be back again to do some more Bass Weeks down the road. What do I have planned for you today? Okay, so we went over a lot of things. We went over the Rufus Reid book, which, by the way, we're going to do another retake of that video so you can get the full baselines of that baseline building section. We went over James Brown. We went over James Jamerson, and we went over warm-ups and scales, and I think we covered a lot of bases, but the one thing we didn't cover is groove and how to keep your daily practice going. I set this chapter up, or this thing up, for people who maybe play another instrument and want to play the bass, or you're a producer, or you're an up-and-coming producer and you do sampling, and you would like to learn how to put real bass lines. Because sometimes finding that right bass sample could be hard. And so if you can just play your own bass line, but not necessarily a keyboard bass line, but an actual bass line from an actual bass guitar, then that's what this course was about, how to grow on the bass. And it doesn't take long. It does take some practice, and it does take you being consistent. Anyway, so let's get into this. So what I did with this, I wanted to show you this book. It's called Daily Grooves. This is the last book we're going to detail. I saved this book for last, even though I could have saved it for the beginning, because this book deals with building 2-measure grooves, which is perfect for the music producer. So each groove is 2 measures long, and it only deals with 1, 2, at the most 3 chords. And they're grooves, and they come from all different genres. They come from rock and funk and blues and jazz and zydeco and just you name it. If there's a genre out there, this book has the bass line for it. They even have odd time signatures. They start getting into like 6. Oh, right, well, definitely there's 3/4. There's 7/4. There's 9/4. There's 11/4. I never even heard of 11/4. So they definitely stretch you out, and they get into these grooves. They have a triplet section where everything is done in triplets. They do extended ranges. This is a phenomenal book. You do need to know how to read, which is why we did Samandal, which is why we did the Rufus Reid Method book. I even implore you that if you are reading tab, that you understand the notes that you're reading, so you can do that. So you do need to know how to read. So if you just open up the book, the page will look like this. And that might scare you, right? But it really shouldn't. Because these grooves, these rhythm figures are nothing more than what we've seen in the Rufus Reid book on the rhythmitudes. So the rhythmitude was given first. Before you learned any notes, you learned the rhythms. So if you can do the rhythmitude, then you can read the rhythms in this book. Once you can read the rhythms in the book, then you can read the notes. And so I really implore you, musicians, producers, if you play by ear, that's great, but learn how to read on your instrument. It can only help you discover things that it would take you years to discover elsewhere. Reading is just going to help. Anyway, that's enough. I want to just kind of open up this book and just let you see what some of the grooves are. I'm going to go through the first few, because what it is 1 groove per day. 1 groove per day. And I'm going to put on, and they give you a tempo marking. So let's see, this first tempo is at 88 beats per minute. Going, this whole COVID-19 that we can't get to a barber shop, so that's why my hair is like all furrowed out right now. And no, I do not use a hair dye. All right, so here we go. So the first one is real simple. It's the E-flat groove. So, right. There it is. this. All right, so that's the first group. That's the first time. Now the next one. You know it's that's an A flat. And then from there you go back into we got all together. Alright, that's the first groove. Second groove is here. They want that tempo a little higher. They want it a little higher. So let me stop this. Let me come out. Let me find something that's at 108 beats a minute. That's here. So that's that groove. Next groove is they call it a shuffle groove. This is in 120 beats per minute. And let's see, I'm going to break it down step by step. So it's 2/8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and right. Next one's a quarter note on the 2. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Next are 2/8 notes on the E flat and the B flat. So we got 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then it's so we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then from there it's F. So we got let's see if I can put that on the beat and see what that sounds like. So they want it as a shuffle feel. So let me go up to shuffle. By the way, I'm using Drum Genius, and I definitely recommend Drum Genius for you. Let's see, Bruise Shuffle. Let's see if I can find something at 120 beats. This is close. 1 12. So that's how this book goes. Now, you wouldn't go through each one of those grooves in one time. You would take one of those grooves and you would learn it. You learn it measure by measure. The way I do it is I learn a half a measure at a time. Learn a half a measure, then you do another half a measure, then you do another half a measure. And hopefully you can get through that in one day. If you can't, that's all right. If it takes you 2 days to learn one groove, that's fine. Eventually you will get there. There's 99 grooves in this book. So this book will will take you the better part, was it 99? No, it just says daily grooves. It doesn't even say like how many. I never even counted. This is week 1. It goes all the way up to week 52. So it's a year's worth of grooves here, just like one of my guitar books. So I hope you enjoyed this base week. I hope you enjoyed the things we did. There will be another one. They will get better as we go along. This is a growth channel. It's all about growth mindset. So as I get better, I'll give you better content, and hopefully you'll get better and we'll get better together. All right? Peace and blessings. Stay safe.